Warning. The Zero Dead podcast is made for mature audiences only. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hi, Agent Mother here. Welcome to our playthrough of Impossible Landscapes. We hope you enjoy episode 1, where our agents are brought together to investigate the case of missing artist Abigail Wright, who left behind an apartment full of artifacts that at first glance look like a hoarder's nightmare, but could hold significant clues as to what happened to poor Abigail. Bless her soul. So you won't be able to see.
It's not good enough.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Okay, I'll just
Well,
go
we
there.
try to be creative. Keep you on your toes.
That's true. Everybody ready.
Senna, come back.
She never left.
No, I'm here. I only joked.
I was a kiddie.
Hello.
No. So starting a new adventure is always a bit tricky. So what we figured out, or what Faye brought up and I ran with, and I will market it as my own, to get into the mindset for 1995. I want to ask you, what is your favorite 90s movie? So the favorite movie of the 90s. Jeroen, I want to start with you.
I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park.
Solid choice.
Oh.
And why?
Brand new movie.
Yeah. I mean, just the first movie that popped into my head that when you said 90s movie, which, I haven't seen too many of because, it's before my time.
Oh.
So,
Wait, how old were you in 1995?
1 year old.
Oh. I was
He's a baby.
No point. I worked with a girl.
a little
born in
Bobby.
2000. That's all I'm saying. It's no.
I was cycling yesterday and I was thinking about this exact question, and then I was thinking, we are all gonna date ourselves so badly because it's 1995. I was fucking 10. I was exactly 10 in 1995. Oh well. Look, what's your favorite movie?
Terminator 2.
Why?
Well, actually, I'm going to change it. Casino. Because it's just come out. And it reminds me of Fat Tony.
Ah,
It reminds me of the family.
I can see that. Faye?
Well, I actually talked to you about it, that I think it was Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I didn't know when it was made. I don't even know if I watched it in the same year that it was made. Probably not, because things would take a while to get in Brazil. But I remember that I was still a child when I watched, and I remember that I was amazed with the whole story, everything, especially like the anticipation of what was gonna happen every time they rolled. I watched many times, and every time I was excited for everything that would happen.
That's nice.
And yesterday we were talking, and I also remembered the Power Rangers of that
Oh my
era. I
God,
don't know
yes.
how many Power Rangers there were, but I remember very well. I was telling you that I remember the beginning of the movie, they are going to go around a building with roller skates, and I remember I had one, and I would play in my garage.
Oh.
Would role play that I was also a Power Ranger. Was the I think I always role played that was the yellow one, if I'm not wrong. So those are the movies.
Makes
Jumanji was 1995 as
Yeah,
well.
indeed. It's.
So,
I know. I looked it up yesterday, and right now, it's talking about Power Rangers. I'm gonna change my answer, but I'll get to my answer in a bit. So, Son, what's your favorite 90s movie?
This is really, really hard because I love 90s movies, but eventually I went with Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I love Guy Ritchie. I love his films. It was only after I watched Snatch with a friend that I was like, this is so good, and then found out that he made Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I rewatched Snatch a lot more than Lock, Stock. So Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I'm going to rewatch this week.
Solid choice. Yes, solid choice.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about my favorite movie, and I used to be like this huge movie buff. I watched movies all day long. I watched hundreds of movies. And I was thinking what my favorite movie was. And I was like, Jurassic Park was really cool. But then I started thinking like, oh my God, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 1, 2, and 3 were very cool. Then I was thinking, no, there was one movie I used to watch which was called Nothing But Trouble. And it's such an obscure, weird movie. And it has Dan Aykroyd, and it has John Candy, I believe, Chevy Chase. Like, it was like a pet project of them, and it's so good, and it's so weird. And then I was thinking about John Candy, one of my favorite actors, who sadly, of course, passed away way too soon. So I was thinking about one of his last movies. Yes, Nix, they were very cool. I was thinking about one of his last movies, which was Wagons East, which I had on VHS, and I watched like the shit out of that movie. It was so good and so bad at the same time, of course. Cool Runnings was also in 1990s, 93. I just can't decide. I cannot decide what my favorite movie of the era was. But if I would have to choose one, I would say Wagons East or Nothing But Trouble.
I found it so difficult because it's like, well, which genre am I picking? Because
Also,
Cool Runnings was on my comedy top. It's so funny. It's such a cool film. And then there was also like the romantic movies and like the horror movies, and like it was so hard to pick, but eventually.
Arachnophobia. I'm just looking at 90s horror movies.
Yes!
Arachnophobia was in the 90s. I mean, it was the golden age of movies.
Are we talking about our favourite films or our characters' favourite films?
Your favourite films.
Well, you got Silence of the Lambs and stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
I know.
Forrest Gump, Braveheart.
It was in 1990. Tremors was 1990. Oh, I wish I could go back.
So it was a good decade for movies.
Perfect.
It
you had
was
all the Arnie series. Got Commando, Predator. Now, was Predator the 80s?
Let's see. Predator 1 was 1987, but Predator 2 was the 1990. So you're half right there, Luke. You're half right.
Half right.
There.
Total Recall.
Also things like Cruel Intentions.
Yes, and one of the best movies ever made, and I want everybody to look up the "Oh no, they're eating her" scene. Troll 2.
Yes, yes, Troll 2.
Oh my god!
They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me.
No, but I'll put it to you that the best film of the 1990s, Starship Troopers.
Oh god, yes, sci-fi. Why didn't I think of Starship Troopers? Oh my god. Oh,
do you want to know more?
I'm doing my part. We have to stop this. I'm just gonna rant on movies the whole time.
We're not a movie podcast.
No, we're not a movie podcast. We are a sort of kind of Delta Green podcast.
So we need Limp Bizkit on because it's the 90s.
Sometimes you just want to break stuff. Before we start, is there anything on anybody's character sheet that has changed that needs to be addressed before we play, or is it everything okay and we can just find out in play what changed?
Well, for me, my name is now Vinnie Knox. I'm Italian-American from Brooklyn. So don't worry about it. I'm hamming it up. My wife is now called Maya, not an Irish name. And that's about it for me.
And your agent name, it's still the same?
Yeah, Manhattan. Agent Manhattan. But I'm still Vinny the Wedge. I've got a load of potato wedges to eat.
Anything else?
I think maybe some stats have changed, but I don't think anything that, it will happen in the game and we'll be able to listen. Nothing too big.
For me, what changed was I had something, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but that was quite high in, well, that makes no sense now because I really don't know. It was something that needed quite a lot of like brain power and intelligence that was quite high, and I changed it around because Brandy isn't the smartest. So instead I did it in first aid because she's been helping around with people who've been really ill, and like she's worked a lot during like the AIDS crisis in New York, so I thought first aid would be better than history. That was it, history. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, that tracks. That sounds good. All right, anything else?
My motivations also, I think it changed a bit from what I said last time. I don't know if that's important.
Well, if you want to share.
Well, I because of her backstory, I said that her motivations is to honor her aunt's memory and continue exploring the world of occult. Does that work?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good motivation.
And also because when she studied psychology, she kind of liked it to explore the connections between psychology and the occult as well.
Sounds good. Anything else?
I also changed or switched one of the skills around, like I switched some points from one of the crafts trees into drive. So I've decided that I drive dirt bikes. So I figured it makes sense to put some extra points into drive.
Yeah, that tracks. Tracks. Alright, so is everybody ready to start?
I was born ready, boy.
Very excited.
Yes.
I am excited and nervous to start. It's always something else
Shake it
to
off.
start a new adventure. But New York, 1995. The early August heat is beating down on the bustling metropolis. An aerial view of the city zooming in to Washington Square Park. Letters come over the screen. Operation Alice. Day 1. The park is busy, people winding down after a hard day's work. Children running around enjoying the seemingly never-ending summer holiday. Street performers gather onlookers, clowns juggle, artists are making caricatures, living statues are, statuing. The skateboarders are doing ollies next to the breakdancers on their cardboard dance spaces. The camera moves through the throng of people and stops in front of a suited man. His short black hair thinning at the temples, accentuated by the squareness of his glasses. He looks around nervously, clutching a brown leather valise, seemingly looking for something or someone. Who of you does he see first?
He sees a woman of about, mid-30s, bit heavier set, shorts-ish hair, wearing a leather jacket and like a biker's outfit that he would think is way too hot for like the August heat.
He looks at you, nods, and moves closer towards you. Says, thank you for coming. Let's see if we see one of the others. Who does he see next?
Me?
Okay.
So he sees a woman sitting in a bench, kind of a bit far from everybody, observing around and smoking. Long, wavy black hair, dark blue eyes, very thick eyebrows. She's not very tall. She's like 165, and she's wearing black. That's it. She's sitting down on the bench, observing people and smoking. She has a notebook in her hand.
Is she doodling or just writing?
But right now she's just holding it. She's not doing anything to the notebook. She's just watching people and smoking.
He beckons you over, and you throw away your cigarette, put it out on the ground, and walk over towards this man talking to this other lady. The man looks around, spots another familiar face. Who does he see next?
Do you want to go, Sandra?
You go.
Well, I said, do you want to go? Because I've got to sort of take my dog here.
I'll go then. He sees Brandy, who is not very tall. She's quite short, wearing sort of grey skirt that goes to sort of like ankle length, and wearing a grey nun veil, and wearing a black cardigan over it. And of course, adorning her neck is a cross.
Giant cross.
Not a giant one.
She's hunched over by the weight of it.
She's carrying the cross on her back. No, she's wearing a cross around her neck, a necklace.
Right. He beckons you over. As you arrive, he says, "We're just waiting for one more. Just one more." There he is.
You see Vinny standing in the doorway, smoking a cigarette. What you're seeing is a little podgy bloke with slick black hair, wearing a sharp suit. He flicks his cigarette and walks overconfidently towards because it's his first day on the job. He knows that this is his team. He knows to go here. So he flicks his cigarette and walks towards them.
The man looks at each and every one of you and says, thank you for coming. Let's walk and talk. As he's walking around pointing at different landmarks, he says, thank you all for coming. You are now part of Operation Alice. A few months ago, a local artist from Kips Bay was reporting missing by her father. He works over in Nassau County, and he pulled some strings, so the NYPD entered her apartment on June 4th. Reports describe it as a hoarder's nightmare, with only the floor being clear of, things. Police talked to the other tenants, but the trail soon went cold. So far, so good, right? Wrong. Her credit card was used at the gas station about 2 months later in a small town just east of Boston. This made it an FBI case, like a possible kidnapping. FBI investigated it, but it ran up in dead ends. No, and he stops talking as somebody walks close. They're talking to each other. It's two people, but he's taking no chances of anybody hearing. Sorry. FBI investigated as well, but ran up on the same dead ends. No cameras at the gas station, and the employees didn't recognize the girl from a photo. The transactions records, they matched the name, but it was a different handwriting. So the FBI re-examined the friends and tenants, and wouldn't you know it? Dead ends. Still, it's not all bad news. A friendly in the FBI noticed a symbol among the litany of junk associated with demonology or the occult, and he locks eyes with Agent Mother and Agent Medusa in turn. Now, I don't really care which it is, but suffice to say, if it's either of them, it needs to be destroyed. The FBI involvement also gave us a door in to the investigations, and I pulled some strings and got you all clearance as FBI advisors. To maintain your cover, you have to catalog everything in the girl's apartment, and I mean everything. A cell, in its infinite wisdom, needs you to determine if the disappearance has any, unnatural aspect. If there is, stop it or destroy it. I don't really care how, just get it done. He hands Agent Mother his brown valise. He taps it and says, in here's everything you need, your FBI credential and then some information about the girl. Do you have any questions?
A lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we have a little time out here just to review what we've heard?
I'll send you the text.
Yes,
Thanks.
Did you say the name of the artist?
No, I have it. It's here. It's Abigail Wright.
Does it rings the bell for Kelly?
What's your art score?
My art score. Just a second. How much do you know? It's 60.
Roll for it.
I will. Oh, I rolled a 0, 0, 0.
You have never heard of this person in your life.
This is 100, right?
Yes. That's
Jesus
100. That's
Christ.
a critical fail.
Oh my god, that was bad. I should have rolled some times before I rolled this one.
You should have, but you get all the bad rolls out of the way at the start. It's tradition.
Yeah. Can you please say her name again? I'm sorry.
Abigail Wright.
Where does she live? Where is the apartment? Agent, are you there?
Yes, give me a second. I'm looking it
There's
up.
people walking past. Calm down.
There's people
Yeah.
walking past. Fam.
While you're waiting for people to pass, I'm lighting up another cigarette. And definitely avoiding looking at Sister Mother, Agent Mother.
The building that she lived in is at 210 East 32nd Street in New York. But it's all in the letter valise.
Do you have the contact of her father also in the binder?
Well, we have the FBI report in there. It doesn't have his contact information. We have his name. You could possibly just look him up. Yeah, sure.
What is his name again?
His name, from what I remember, it's Thomas Wright, the father's name.
All right.
Brandy has the valise. I guess she opens it then.
Don't open it here. You don't know who's looking.
Oh, apologies.
That's okay. Just take care of what you show and where you show things. Okay.
Right. And Brandy puts the valise under her, sort of inside her cardigan.
I thought you was about to say she pulls up her gown and puts it in between her legs.
No,
You got
I'm not wearing a
one-track
habit.
mind.
Sister, please.
Agent, did you say your name?
Oh, sorry. I'm Agent Marcus. Look, if there's nothing else, I will be in touch. Okay, I will be in touch. Do not contact me. Is there anything else? Do you have any more questions?
Can we
No.
get your number, man?
No, I will contact you.
Okay, Marcos. So I think this is it.
So get out of here.
Okay.
Thanks, and have a blessed day, Agent.
I'll be in touch. Do not contact me. Well, you can't. So don't use your own names. The less you all know about each other, the better. Good luck. And Agent Marcus turns about, walks away. What do you do?
I keep smoking and avoiding Agent Mother.
Well, I'll suggest to the group that we find a safe place to go and review all these stuff in the folders. Like, there's got to be pictures that they picked up already, and stuff like that. So we need to go to a place. May I suggest a little diner that I know?
I will extend my hand to him and say, Agent Medusa. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Manhattan, how you doing?
Do you have the place where we can go?
Yeah, I got a safe place up down there, It's a safe place, It's all cushy. Oh, I can't do it just me. Just all the vibe.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here, hamming it up, man. I sound more like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Oh, the really bad.
Pakistan.
All right, I will turn to Agent Mississippi. Is that correct? I don't remember.
That's correct.
And I will say, Agent... I need to write my name because I keep forgetting. Agent Medusa. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
And I actually will look at Brandy. I will shake my hand like very slightly and say, Brandy.
And I think that's the moment that Brandy recognizes who's standing in front of her. And she says, Agent Medusa, nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Ice cold.
I'm following wherever Manhattan is taking us.
Come on, guys. I start strutting off.
As you're strutting off, Agent Medusa and Agent Mother, for some reason, you both feel the hairs in the back of your neck prick up like somebody is watching you. And as you're looking around, you see in the distance a small clown the size of a child standing next to what looks like an old-timey record player.
No!
The clown is, as I said, child size. It's got the quintessential clown suit on with the geometric shapes in all sizes and colors. And it's twirling a stick with a swirly thing after it in a repetitive motion. What do you do?
Grab Kelly's arm and look her in the eyes and go, what did you do?
Kelly will push her arm out of Brandy's hand, look very cold back to Brandy and say, I don't think I did anything. And she will reach for her sunglasses inside of her bag, put them on, and just keep walking. She will pretend that she didn't see what she saw.
Can I do more investigation?
Sure, what do you want to investigate?
I don't know. Occult vibes?
You're getting the feeling that something is wrong.
Oh, the music, stop!
You see Agent Mississippi and Agent Manhattan just walk off like nothing's happening. As they look back, they see you, Agent Mother, and Agent Medusa, standing still there. Do you do anything with the clown, or are you just...
Agent Medusa, she will just really pretend that she doesn't hear anything. She will keep smoking very stressfully, and she's not looking around anymore so much. It's like the music is really entering her brain, and she cannot think of anything. She just wants to get out of there.
Agent Mother?
She grabs the cross on her necklace, holds it, closes her eyes, and does a little prayer.
As you look around, you close your eyes, you see Agent Medusa you open them again, you see Agent Medusa walk away. You look around and the clown is nowhere to be seen. The place that he was standing is empty. People are just walking over that exact area like nothing ever happened. Agent Mississippi and Agent Manhattan turn around, see you dilly-daddling.
I apologize, Al. And she speeds up her walking. I thought I saw something familiar, but it was, someone I didn't know. And then just keep walking, try and catch up with them. But in the back of her mind, this is like a bad sign.
Is it? Really?
No.
I don't know.
Well, no, for her, that's what she thinks. I'm not asking. I'm telling her, I'm telling you that Brandy's definitely, not at ease.
Is Medusa following yet?
I'm following right behind you. I never stopped.
Well, let's get to the diner then.
Okay, is it there already? Are we there?
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes away.
Oh, so we're taking the metro, I guess?
Yeah, You take the subway, get there quicker.
Just a question. Are we certain that this place is safe enough for us to look at any confidential information?
I'm gonna lean into Mother. It's owned by the Bigazzi family. It's safe. Don't worry, I'm familiar. Walk off.
And Brandy butters under her breath. Safety. Great.
Well, I just want to say that knowing the vibe that it's now, like this just weird thing just happened. We don't know each other. And there's a guy saying we should trust where he's taking us. I think we're just going for it. We don't have any reason not to follow him, right?
I mean, he's part of the team.
Where is this place you're taking us, Manhattan?
To Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Oh, I'm walking here. Brooklyn.
I'm walking here.
Do you live around this area?
I'm from the Bronx, but people call me Manhattan.
Were you born here?
Yeah. Any other questions you want to ask me?
No,
I thought we were not supposed to learn about each other.
Do you want to talk about the subway of New York then?
Have I got to get up a subway map now to have a look? New York City Metro.
I was thinking how far it is.
Well, I'm going to make up a street. It's on 34th Street. It's a diner. It's fine. Trust me. I go there all the time.
What time is it?
It is now around 5.
What day is it?
That is a good question. It is August 10th, 1995.
When we enter the subway, I look around. Do I see anything suspicious?
Well, roll me an alertness roll.
I think I rolled a 90. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, nothing stands out as suspicious, and none of you get the idea that you are being followed or watched or anything at the moment.
I wanted to look the binder, but not in the metro.
So you're going to the diner.
By subway, sorry. I keep saying metro.
We'll hand wave the ride there. I don't want to make this more difficult than it has to be. So you arrive at the diner. You get a booth that's quite secluded. Order whatever you like. Sit down. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to check around the restaurant again. Or somebody else with better dice. If there's anybody looking, if there's, I think cameras were already something in the 95?
Yeah, but not as widespread as they are today.
Okay, so just if there's somebody watching.
Or do you want me to get an alertness check?
When we enter the restaurant, what does Mr. Manhattan does, since he knows people in this restaurant? Does he make sure that we are in a safe place,
We're safe, we're sound. I come here all the time.
What do you eat here?
Cannelloni, I don't know.
It's spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball.
It's the pizza, it's the pasta.
Yes. You put the pizza and the pasta and you roll it up.
Oh my god, we're gonna get cancelled so fast.
Yes.
This is so bad. Why are we doing this? Why do we do this to ourselves?
Because I'm not good with accents, okay?
So maybe you just said, I get a hamburger. Nothing Italian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you sit down, you have a secluded spot, you open this leather valise. Inside are 4 temporary FBI advisor badges. There is nothing that you recognize on them besides your own photo, and for some reason Delta Green has your picture. It has your picture from your driver's license, and it has a name that doesn't correspond with the picture in your mind. It's a name that you have to think of for yourself. It can be Steve Johnson, for example.
I was going to say, well, I vote that we all call ourselves Steve Johnson then. This is Steve, this is Steve, and Steve.
Wait, which one is Steve?
It's Steve.
It's
I'm
Steve.
Oh.
Steve, yes.
Steve.
It reminds
You're
me
Steve,
of that,
I'm Steve, everyone's Steve.
that scene at the Drugsbury. You, me, you, me, you. Inside is the temporary FBI credentials. A New York article. A New York Police Department's missing persons report. The address of the building. The keys to the building, which are stamped "Do Not Duplicate," and a picture of Abigail Wrights. I will get you all the things.
Yes, please.
And they will be in the...
When you're saying you're giving us all the things, you're just giving us the whole campaign. Oh, jobs are good and done. Yep. Well done, boys.
That's it.
That's it.
Nail it. No.
Just want to say that I'm really proud of us for solving this so quickly. Not even an hour in, and we know all of the info that we need to know. High five. While you're searching, can we have a really small break?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thanks. Be right back.
Alrighty. I'm just looking for the picture. Looking for the picture that I made. For some reason, picture is gone. Oh, fuck it, we'll do it live. I will add the things to the evidence board.
Ah, the one on Google.
Yes.
Good.
For fuck's sake, I don't know the link to that.
It's in an email that we were sent.
Did I not get an email?
I have it open. I'll put it in this chat.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys can move around the stuff on the board.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, cool. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
You know that's all we're going to be doing now.
Yes.
No.
I will click it away. It's going to be very, very confusing. All right, everybody back?
Yes.
As you're checking, you have the temporary FBI credentials, this New York City article, the New York Police Department Missing Persons Report, which I advise you to read in your own time. The address of the building, the keys to the building with the stamp "Do Not Duplicate." And I'm sorry to say I do not have a picture of the keys. Just roll with it.
No, I want key picture.
I know you do. And a Polaroid of Abby. And the back of the Polaroid reads, "Right, A, June 1st, 1994.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the report here.
Yeah, do that in your own time. It's
okay.
Something you. Yeah, it's something. It's large. But I would like one of you to read the article. Who's gonna read the article for us?
I'll read it. Missing Artists Prompts New Fears in Gibbs Bay by Raymond Diaz. For those who know artist Abigail Wright, her disappearance from her Gibbs Bay co-op around June 4th is a mystery. Authorities have been frustrated in their efforts to find the young woman, last seen near her apartment at East 32nd Street and 2nd Avenue. According to a source familiar with the case, early leads have collapsed. A month on, Chief Detective Graham Juradanda says the NYPD is no closer to locating Wright. The source also said a strange and disturbing collection of items had been found in Wright's apartment, including medical supplies, books, and machinery. Wright's neighbors maintained that all was fine with her and nothing indicated she was in danger or planning to leave. Her apartment was locked from the inside. A rise in break-ins, muggings, and assaults in the neighborhood prompted youth leader Anthony Scott to comment, "It is well known in the neighborhood that after 5 p.m. the sidewalks roll up and the police are nowhere to be found, particularly on foot." Scott said that people walking around after dark in the area are watching their backs or should be.
Thank you very much for reading that. The waitress comes to the table, takes your orders, leaves and winks at Agent Manhattan, puts the drinks down.
I would like to ask if it rings a bell who she is when I see her picture, since by the name I didn't recognize her.
You know that there was indeed she had an exposition in a local art gallery, and you being a hip woman, you've heard of her. As you notice this picture, you do remember that there was some hubbub about this artist that was up and coming and had a very, rather successful gallery showing a few months back.
Would you say that Kelly she went to the exposition?
Roll me a luck roll and tell me if you want over or under 50.
Under. I'll try under. Under 50. 83.
You weren't there. Didn't go to this showing.
That would maybe help. Do we have the address of where it was? Is it still there? Is the exposition still there, or it has moved since?
No, it was a few months ago. Like, usually an exposition is 1 night, maybe 2 nights.
Yeah.
But it was a while ago.
Okay, so we'll probably have to ask around to know where the things that she exposed are currently. Or does it always go back to the artist's
Oh,
house? I don't know.
the pieces
Can be
they
in a bin.
sold,
No.
they of course go to the people that bought them, and the pieces that would not be sold, they would go back to the artist indeed.
Okay. I'm imagining there was something that the agent said about having two things, the occult and something else.
Demonology,
Demonology. What is that?
the study of
Yeah.
demons.
There was a demonic symbol found, or one or two demonic symbols, or they thought they might be demonic.
There was a Delta Green friendly in the New York FBI saw a sigil or a symbol that
okay.
might be associated with either demonology or the occult. You could deduce that that's why you, Agent Mother, and you, Agent Medusa, were called in with your respective knowledge on the subjects.
Is there a photo, or is there anything that we can see in this file about that symbol?
No, there's nothing about that symbol in this file.
And does Brandy recognize Abby or her father, or I guess the father's name, from people that are attending the church?
No.
Okay.
Does the report say that there was a break-in? It's definitely a break-in. She hasn't just run off because it was locked from the inside.
Yeah.
Well, it says nothing about a break-in, just a disappearance, which is, of course, weird. If it's locked from the inside, how did she get out?
Yeah.
And if it's locked from the inside, you would expect she would still be inside, but they haven't found her. They looked in the apartment, didn't find anything, talked to the other tenants of the house, didn't find anything, no leads, nobody has seen her, nobody saw her leave. And the house itself, from what the report says, it's a hoarder's paradise.
What floor is the apartment on? Or is it a house?
Well, I'll tell you now, it is a series of apartments in a house, but if you go there, it will make sense.
Right.
Kelly will spread a bit the plates of the table, open her notebook, and will start drawing a bit, like, in front of everybody what they know about, the information that we've got. I want to explore a bit her apartment, if we can get there. What do you guys think? Do you ladies and Manhattan think?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and I want also to get to find out how was her exposition, where the pieces are, who bought it. I can work on that. I might need some help to get to talk to everybody.
Yeah, I think one of the things that he said we should do is go into the apartment and archive everything and make sure that we can find out if this is something else for, us to look at, or if it's nothing. But I'm not sure when we should go into the apartment, I guess. Possibly right now would not be a good idea, but maybe tomorrow?
Sooner the better.
I'm available to go now. It's going to be 6 o'clock soon. We can finish eating, go check.
Yeah, I just gotta use a payphone, call home, but yeah, I can do tonight.
Agent Mother, Agent Manhattan.
I guess if I'm back before 9:30, it should be fine.
I'm game. I'll go and speak to the neighbors.
So this is your plan. You're going from the diner towards the apartment.
Okay, before we go, guys, I gotta admit something. I can shake this feeling that I know this girl.
Oh, man.
Can I do a check to where I know this girl from?
Sure.
Yeah. What check would you like, sir?
Do history for me.
Oh, yeah, the one thing I've got 10% in. It could be pivotal to the story. Let's do the one low roll. 75 over 10. Can I push that roll?
There's no pushing rules. But what's your intelligence score?
Oh, it's lovely an 8. So it's 40.
Oh, well, that's, you recognize her from somewhere, but you're not sure where. You get a new chance tomorrow.
Also, reminder to mark your failed rolls.
Indeed, yes.
Good
Thank
boy.
you, Jeroen. Thank you.
Thank you. I failed twice already.
So, you're heading off to the apartment.
Yeah, but first can I leave $100 tip and pick up the napkin and put it in my top?
You sure can.
I'll give the waitress a wink on my way out.
Oh,
What was that? Excitement.
that was the waitress. That was the waitress. Oh, my lord.
It's the 1920s. Goddamn broads.
Who has the stuff, the papers? Sister? I'm sorry, Agent Mother?
Just call me Mother.
Sister
Okay.
Mother.
Mother? Sister
Mommy.
Mother? Sister Mother. Mother, are you going to keep the documents?
Yeah, I'll keep them safe.
Can I pocket the portrait of the girl?
It's in the
Like when,
thing.
it's on when we're putting all the table, putting it all back together, I'll slyly take the portrait of the girl.
You can, if you want to do it sneakily, you'll have to roll stealth. If you want to do it just like, I'm taking this.
No, I'm going to do it stealthily. 23 under 50.
Anybody want to oppose that with...
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I do.
So I have a reason
Sister
for this,
Mother.
and it's not CD. That's all I'm saying.
What do I roll?
Alertness.
Alert. No, that's going to be hard. Oh, no, it's 16 under 40.
Well, 23 is higher than 16. So...
Oh, shit, yeah, so I don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it. You get out of the diner, tip the waitress handsomely, head up to the apartment, and as you arrive as a group, you see a man standing outside looking at the building, looking up, smoking a cigarette, loitering about. What do you do?
Does he look like he's like FBI?
He doesn't look FBI, but he does look, it's a good question, that's why I'm giving this to you, he does look like law enforcement. He has the gait, the standing of law enforcement.
Well, I'll walk straight up to him then and flash out my FBI badge.
What was the name again we said?
Steve Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, I'm Detective Giradunda. I've been tasked here to hand over the crime scene to you.
Ah, nice. Could you walk us through first?
Dude, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, it's just a collection of junk. Like, there's not even furniture. Like, how can somebody live like this? I just don't understand. Like, this case has been bugging me for months now. I'm glad you're here. I want to hand it off. I want to be done with it. Something ain't right. You cannot live like this. Like, how? You'll see for yourself. And he steps up to the door, opens the door, and says, look, it's the first door on your left after you pass the hallway. You can't miss it. If you need anything, I'll be more than happy to help. Here's my card. Just call me day or night, and well, preferably not light, but day. I'll help you whatever I need, whatever you need. I have it. There's a box in there. It has everything you need right now to start your. I do not envy you. Like, it's a lot of shit. But you can just do your thing and call me when you're done. Sounds good?
Well, Detective, first, you said you've been working on this for months. You're going to have a lot of files and stuff on this case. I'm going to need you to send them over to our boys so we can do our own investigation. You know, FBI stuff.
Everything, like the FBI field office in New York has everything we have. You can just ask there.
Yeah, but she's only been missing a few days, so... Or she's been missing...
No, she's not. She's been missing for months.
Okay.
No, because we are in August.
I'll retract that.
She is missing since June or July? July, right?
Yes.
June
4th. She was
June 4th.
told
Yeah.
she
Just
was
over a month.
said missing June 4th, and now it's
Oh, 2
August 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, I'll thank the detective and send him on his way. Take his card, put it in my pocket.
We will take stairs.
It's like a little landing. As you look at the building, it's 4 floors, including the basement. And the basement is one of those quintessential New York basement that you see in movies that you can only access from the outside, that some people nowadays rent out as an extra apartment. And there's a little stairs going up. And then you have the ground floor, which is just a bit above ground level. And you have the second floor and the third floor.
Okay. I want to look around already, like the hall, to see if I see any camera or if I see any person, anything suspicious or anything that calls attention.
Roll me an alertness roll.
I rolled a 58 over 20.
Looking around, it's around 6:30. It's not super busy outside, but there's still some people walking about. And nobody really pays attention to you. Nobody really is looking at you. Everybody's just doing their own thing.
All right, so I will move on.
You open the door, And the first thing you notice is on the outside, it has one of these old buzzer bell systems. It looks like a rather recent addition to the building. As you open the door, the first thing you see on your left-hand side are mailboxes. There's about 12, 15 mailboxes, but only 5 of them have names. You see the first one that has a name is A. Wright. As you look further, there is a hallway. It's a bit disheveled. This building has seen better days, much better days. It almost looks like it was sort of 1920s, early turn of the century building. There's some facades on the wall, some little nooks and crannies that are expertly decorated with wood sculptures. As you move further, you see in front of you the door to Abigail's apartment 1A. As you look further down the hall, you see in the middle of the hall is one of those double stairs that goes up. Double flight of stairs. And on the right hand side you see what looks like an old telephone nook, where they used to have one of those standing telephones that you sometimes see in the movies.
Yeah, but it's the 90s. Wouldn't it still be there?
It's not there anymore. Even in the 90s, people had their own phone lines. There wasn't a communal phone anymore. I will send you a picture of the floor. You can see what you're working with.
I see.
Give me a sec.
I was about to say, how do you see? It hasn't been posted yet.
Well,
there we go.
Oh, I thought it was the apartment.
No.
There you see. So you have this little stair that goes up, little landing, some mailboxes, and then the first apartment after the hallway is Abigail Wright's apartment.
I'm gonna check the mailbox to see if any new mail has been delivered, or if someone has been collecting it.
You check the mailbox, and even as you're looking at it, you can see that most, if not all, of the mailboxes with a name are just full of mail. Standing there, you can even see on the floor that some of the mail has been falling on the floor, that the mailboxes are so full that nothing can really be put in there anymore. Do you take one of the letters out?
I'll take one of the ones that fell on the floor.
It's just a late fee, overdue notice. It has one of those big red bars on it that says a final warning, final notice. You're in danger of being cut off.
And it's like this for all the other mailboxes too?
The one with Wright indeed has this, and you're looking and you see the other names. And these two are piling, like flowing over with mail. And on some of them, you can even pull out the mail, and these are also final notices, just left and right.
Interesting.
Should we head to the apartment?
Yeah. While we are entering, I want to check these letters. I wanted to open one to see how long, what's the problem, like how long it's not paid. If it's since she disappears or if before that already.
As you're checking, you open one of them, committing mail fraud, just so you know.
It's okay.
We're FBI.
But we're the FBI.
The first overdue notices start at the end of April. And they are notices for March, end of March-ish. You haven't paid from March on. This is your first notice, which would be sent at the end of April.
What are they on? Like, is it gas, electric, or is there anything like
gas, electric, TV, like any nuts company that you can think of? Is nuts company a English term?
No.
Ah. Utility?
Well, it is an English term, but in a different context.
Yes.
Like power, gas, indeed. Like all these...
Yeah. All the utility bills.
Utility bills, that's what I was looking for, yeah.
Anything that stands out that isn't like a utility bill?
Some local restaurants have their menus put in. Pizza joints and stuff.
I want to dig in. Remove everything. I want to see all of them.
All right. So, this is going to be the podcast for the next 6 episodes. I'm going to name every restaurant.
Wait, so can I ask a question?
Yes.
So, on the blueprint, it says air shafts.
Yeah, most buildings have an air shaft for, let's say, ventilation.
Okay. Is there any entrance to that air shaft?
Yeah, because if you look, you can see that Abigail's right apartment. You see what looks like a bathtub. To the south of it is a window.
Oh, a window.
Yeah,
okay.
You could open that window. We have the same at my job, at my work. It's a building from like 1500s. They have air shafts because they didn't have any other way of circulating air, basically.
That means that those areas, they are empty from the floor to the bottom.
Yeah, from the floor to the top, they're empty.
To the top.
Yeah.
From the floor to the top, yeah.
From the window to the wall.
Are there emergency stairs?
You're looking, there's no emergency stairs. It's an old building. It's not really up to code, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Is there a basement?
There is a basement. Like I said, the basement is only accessible from the outside.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
It has one of those, like you have to, a little stair.
I see it.
Yeah.
From under the stairs. Yeah. Under the stairway to the main entrance is the door to the basement.
Yes,
got it.
indeed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see it now. Thanks. I guess want to go into her apartment.
Yep. If we emptied the email box, yes.
But the mailboxes are empty, and it's indeed overdue notices left and right. All of the apartments have overdue notices, and most of them, the final warning has come and gone.
While everyone else is going into the apartment, can I knock on the neighbours' doors? Because if like everyone's got like final notices, I want to know if there's actually anyone in this apartment complex.
So one of the things it says in the report, it's a non-profit organization that purchases that owns this property and rents it to artists. So at a very low price. So it does show that like everyone getting notices means that they're not doing great.
Yes.
They're not paying the minimum.
So they're already paid less than they should if they lived in like actual apartments or apartments of their own. Just wanted to say that because that's just something that I read in the thing. Might be good to know that this building is for the poor artists.
And also by now they checked that they checked only Abigail's apartment, right? There is no information about checking other apartments.
Well, they talked to the other neighbors. They didn't, like the neighbors, they were all dead ends. So the neighbors hadn't seen anything or didn't know anything.
But again, nobody ever got the document that allows you to go inside of their house.
Not that you know, no.
I mean, if there's no like
probable
suspicion,
cause,
then then you can't really get a search warrant. Maybe we can, but
with the FBI, we can just.
Do we need them?
We probably can fake one.
I could probably persuade our way in.
Okay, good to know.
Don't worry about it.
Most of you are going into the apartment of Abby. As Agent Manhattan just stands outside and walks over to which room do you walk over?
Well, I'm going to first walk up to Thomas Manuel's apartment. Or, actually, no, straight down the hall, I'm going to go to Roger Karkin's apartment. Knock on his door.
Hold that thought. As Agent Manhattan walks off, Agent Mississippi, Agent Mother, and Agent Medusa use the key, open the door, and the detective outside wasn't lying. As you open the door, the only thing visible is a piece of hardwood floor in the middle of the room, where the linoleum has been pulled away. And in the center of the room, there's a big box that's marked Evidence, FBI White Plains, Right-A, 10 August 95. It contains 4 Polaroid cameras and 100 packs of film, which would allow you to take 800 photographs. In addition, there are latex gloves, evidence bags, stickers, sealing tape, as well as a manifest list for the contents of the box. And as you're looking at this box and you look up further down the apartment, you're not sure if 800 photographs is gonna be enough. There is so much stuff. Every corner of the wall has been occupied with something. You can see what looks like an old radio fastened to the wall with looks like epoxy glue. There are papers. The first thing you notice is a photograph glued to the wall. There is almost a method to the madness, but if there is, you're not mad enough to see it. It's a hoarder's paradise. And the one thing that actually stands out to you is there is not one piece of furniture inside this apartment. Roll me an intelligence or bureaucracy roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 91 over 55.
Not great, Bob.
I rolled a 49 over 40.
I rolled a 36 under 75.
36 under 75. Agent Mississippi, Agent Mother, you are blindsided by the sheer amount of stuff in this room. Agent Medusa, you're looking... Jesus Christ, this is gonna take... We need everybody for this. It's gonna take at least 3 days if 4 people work this shit. If it's just the 3 of us and Agent Manhattan is doing his own thing, it's gonna take us at least 4 days to catalog everything in this room.
I'm not going to be, like, interviewing the neighbours for 3 fucking days.
I'm just saying.
You made your choice, and you're gonna stick with it.
I'm just going round the
You're
road.
gonna
Saying, have you
live
seen
with
this
them.
girl? Adara. Okay, you don't see me for the next week.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Does any picture stands out? No, right? It's too many. Does it? Maybe?
As you're looking around, there is maybe one picture that's front and center for you. That might be something that stands out.
A coat check?
Sure.
52 under 70.
As you're looking, it almost looks like everything is methodically placed. Like I said, there's a method to the madness. It might be something occult. You're not quite sure, but it does look pretty fucking weird. This whole room, there's just so much shit here that it's almost unnerving.
Can I do an occult roll as well, but to look for religious objects if there's any around that I recognize?
But first, I placed the photo on the evidence board.
Oh,
You can
okay.
see. Describe what
the
you see,
evidence
please.
Oh, that's nice.
Who describe?
Somebody?
It's a couple, a woman and a man. They're kind of 50 years old, formal dressed, and their eyes are scratched. Is that how you call it?
Yeah, they're scratched out indeed.
Like it's removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is also, as L
Oh,
is
God, no!
pointing up, a hand that you cannot tell exactly. Well, it seems that there is a hand behind the woman, kind of pulling the shoulder of the man, or touching.
Agent Medusa, as you're looking at this picture, this arm reminds you of the clown you saw in the park. It has the same geometric shapes on its clothing. Roll me a sanity check there.
Oh, finally I rolled better. It's a 10, under 70.
You take 1 sanity point as Agent Mother also makes a sanity roll.
You can't see me right now. My fellow players can't see me right now. People in podcasts can't see me right now. But I am the most uncomfortable I've ever been my entire life. Okay. 18 under. That's definitely going to be under.
Yeah, it's under. You also take 1 sanity
45.
points.
In real life, Sana takes 25 sanity points and goes into a full mental breakdown.
It's a freaky clown costume.
Can Brandy wants to check if she can see any occult objects in the room, or recognize any occult religious symbols, basically.
Sure.
That is 11 under 60. A critical success.
Plastered to the wall is a symbol. A symbol that you know to be associated with, indeed, demonology.
Do you have the symbol?
It's on the evidence board right now. As we move over...
Fun.
Yes, fun indeed. As we move over to Agent Manhattan. Agent Manhattan, you were walking straight towards Roger Caroon's apartment.
Yes.
You knock on the door. Knock again. and the door opens just a bit. It has one of those chain locks, and a 40-ish man, Caucasian, disheveled look. His shirt has not seen an iron in, well, decades. Looks like dirty loafers, unkempt hair. Says, hey, hello. How can I help you?
FBI, open up, man.
Is this about, the girl again?
Yeah.
Well, I told your colleagues everything I know. I just saw her a few times in the hallway. I mean, I don't really know her.
I mean, I can't quite believe that. Let me in. Come on. Let me in.
Sir, I'm not gonna let you in. You haven't even identified yourself.
Well, I'm going to put my FBI badge right round the corner of the door.
Okay, well, you don't have any reason to come in, sir. It's just, why do you need to come in?
Look,
I'm working.
All I'm saying, what's your name, sir? What's your name?
Roger Caroon.
Well, Roger, I just need to talk to you for a minute. Just a couple of questions, that's all.
We can talk like this, it's okay.
No, I'd rather be sitting down.
Well, the floor is ample place to sit down, sir. I don't want to be rude or anything, it's just, I'm working.
Yeah, but this is a serious thing.
I know, and so is my work.
I'm going to give him the dismissive look at that. I'm going to be pushing against the door forcibly. Come on, Roger, just open up.
The chain pulls tight, but it's a pretty sturdy chain. Sir, I'm gonna ask you to leave. You're disrupting my work here. I need to write, and the inspiration has got me, so I need to seize the moment, okay?
I'm trying to work out what I can do here. Like, out of time out for a sec. Am I literally going to get nothing from from all the different, the neighbours?
You don't know.
You can ask if he's using drugs.
I can smell a pungent smell coming from in there. You high right now, son?
I don't touch the devil's lettuce. The only thing I do is drink occasionally. I haven't had a drink in days, I think.
What about the final notices in everyone's mailbox? Are you not paying your bills, Roger?
I'm not obligated to talk to you about this. It's just a bit of financial trouble. I'll turn it around.
Look, Roger, I'm the FBI. If they called me, then it's pretty serious. I'm not just your local...
Some overdue notices?
No, not for your overdue notices, for Abigail. I feel like someone in this building knows more than they're letting on. And I know no one wants to talk to PD, but come on. Just talk to me, Roger. You can get back to your painting once you've just answered a few questions about Abigail. Can I do a persuade check?
Sure.
Sure. Right. Ooh, 71 over 70. Fuck.
No, I don't think I'm gonna let you in, sir. I'm more than cooperative with the law enforcement. I was cooperative with the NYPD, then cooperative with your colleagues of the FBI. I need to get back to writing, sir. Please.
Did he say writing?
He did, but you're not there.
No, yeah, just as a listener of the podcast, I wanted to make sure.
You were right. Yes. File this away, writer woman.
Well, I'll just let him shut the door in my face then, by the look of it.
He shuts the door. Do you want to check out Thomas Manuel, or are you going to the apartment?
I'm going to go to the apartment first. See if I can find anything to ask everyone else about.
Walk into the apartment, passing the stairway. Take a second to listen. No sound coming from upstairs. Walk past the door of Thomas Manuel, as you know now. Stop at the door, listen. No sound. Step inside the apartment, and you are greeted again with this enormous mess of just stuff and things as far as the eye can see. Gives you a bit of the heebie-jeebies even. As you're standing there, looking around, what's your alertness?
70.
What's your search?
40.
Let's split the difference. You're standing there, looking around, and from the corner of your eye, you look down and you see something on the floor. You know what this is in your line of work. You've been told to look out for these things. It's a little microphone.
I'm going to pick it up, pull it right to my mouth, near enough, and just look at the rest of the people in the room. while literally nodding my head. Guys, I don't think there's much in this place. Maybe we should just leave and just literally be pointing out that there's a microphone in my hand.
And as you're looking at this microphone, pull it up and there's a wire attached to this microphone. And as you're seeing where it leads directly to the apartment of Thomas Manuel.
Ooh.
And that's where we'll end today's session.
Yay! No!
Boo!
Oh man, that carnival music immediately.
PTSD?
Oh dear lord. I really cannot deal with that. Like I contorted in my chair. I was so uncomfortable.